All In Sports Network. We love sports.
All right, so would you ever be concerned if you saw Kurt Signetti smile on the sideline?
Um, as an Indiana fan, or just in general?
Oh, let's say as an Indiana fan.
No, nah,
No,
nah. That means something good is going on. And he's
because
just
as,
kind of
as we
chilling
were
there.
as we were watching this game, it was hilarious. I think he was fully aware, or maybe not, of him being a meme as the score continued to be many, many points to 0, and his face stayed like I. It was just really funny. Like apparently, no, he takes on the full weight and responsibility of no lead is safe. All right, well, I'm Kevin. This is my son Liam. We're the Unstable Blues. Happy to present All Indiana Sports as part of the All In Sports and Rogue Media Sports Networks.
Yep. Welcome back in. College football had a ton of upsets this week, and people flip or fall out of the top 25. Indiana climbed 3 spots, and we're never in danger of an upset. So let's go all in.
Yes, you can follow us on TikTok and Instagram at All Indiana Sports and Twitter at All Indy Sports. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yes. Time for the opening drive. It is the recap against Indiana State.
Yes, the Friday night game. If you need help with your little one at night, Joi Baby sleep sacks and matching crib sets can help. Click the link in the description for more on that. Fernando Mendoza only missed one pass, going 19 for 20 for 270 yards and 5 touchdowns. And that wasn't all the touchdowns that Indiana scored.
Nope, 4 of those scores went to Omar Cooper Jr. as he had 207 yards on 10 receptions.
Yeah, I feel
20.7 yards a catch.
I feel like every week it's like, oh yeah, we have this guy. Oh yeah, we have this guy. Oh yeah. Like Indiana just keeps coming up with new ways and new people to distribute the ball to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yep,
Alberto Mendoza, the brother, went 6 for 9 for 104 yards and 2 more touchdowns.
Yep. Jonathan Brady caught 1 touchdown from each of the brothers.
Crazy. Did you see the one where he hurdled and then gave a little handshake to the security officer?
I did, yeah.
Pretty cool. Nice little moment there. The Hoosiers had another 300-yard rushing game led by Kobe Martin with 11 carries for 109 yards and 2 scores. That would mean that's the 4th rusher of over 100 yards this season in just 3 games?
Yeah.
I think? Okay.
The defense held Indiana State to only 1 first down and mostly had the Sycamores moving backwards with 5 sacks and 16 tackles for losses.
Needless to say, the RPO game was not really working for Indiana State, which, as I mentioned, like they've been doing really good against their competition that they had played. They've been running up scores, and so credit to IU for being able to really, literally squash them, knowing that IU is headed into the difficult part of their schedule now. So, with all that said, it's time for your
Hoosiers
of the game.
I think it has to be Omar Cooper Jr. If you go for over 200 yards as a receiver, that's fantastic. But you have 4 touchdowns as well? Yeah. That's even better. Come on now. Maybe the best performance of a wide receiver in college this week?
Yeah.
Can I say in the NFL as well? I mean, it's a lot hard to do that in the NFL. So those stats don't match up. But I think it's got to be Omar.
I like it. Once again, Omar doesn't do what Omar did without Fernando Mendoza. He only missed one pass. One. He only one incompletion. And yet, he didn't even have the highest QBR. His brother did. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But, I mean, there you go. The distributor, in 3 games, we've seen Fernando Mendoza go from, okay, maybe questionable 2 games ago to, okay, yep, we're good. We got this.
Yeah.
All right. It is now time for halftime adjustments. It is time for the preview of the Illinois game. It's time to keep your mind and brain on the goal as you head into the Big Ten season. Speaking of goal, open goal, rebounder, and goal setup can help you in your backyard, so you don't have to go chase the ball around and do all that kind of stuff. It'll come right back to you. Click the link in the description for more. What are you looking for from the Indiana team as they go? They stay home. Illinois comes. I just think it's funny because they both have Memorial Stadium. They both have the same name for their football stadium and their basketball arena, but it's almost like one is trying to copy the other one. What are you looking at and looking for against Illinois?
I mean, it seems just Indiana ball just runs, and then you got to keep running the ball. 300 rushing yards is crazy. Keep that up. You have, like we said, 4 different runners who can go for over 100. Why not feed them the ball? And then you feed them the ball. You make their defense.
Not to mention the most important part of the running game is
the offensive line.
And that is maybe the top 5 in all of college football.
Mm-hmm. Right. So feed them the ball. And then Illinois is tough. Don't get me wrong. But you gotta put the ball in your playmakers' hands. Mendoza, don't do anything crazy. You don't have to do anything crazy. Get it in your playmakers' hands. Let them work. Same thing with the run. 5 yards, that's an okay run. It doesn't have to be 20 or more every single rush.
Nope.
Take what they give you, score your points, and then on the defensive side of the ball, stop them, get turnovers on downs, make them punt, bend, don't break, field goals, and you gotta win the special teams. College football is so big about special teams. You have to win special teams.
Yep. All right. I'm gonna say protect the ball, take the ball. Yep. This is the time for that secondary of the Hoosiers to step up and really take their own there. So that's obviously turnovers are my thing. Stop the run. This is still a problem. I know Indiana State is not necessarily a big judge of that, but even then, they got close to some first downs with the run. So stop Fagan from Illinois. Cover Beatty. He is their number 1 receiver, so make sure you know where he is. He had a big game against Duke, and so you want to make sure you contain him. Pressure contain Luke Altmaier. Once again, going back a few games, that QB run can be a problem. It has been a problem sometimes for IU. Now you're going up against big-time competition. So you got to put the pressure on Altmaier, but also make sure you contain him, stop him on the edges. Don't give him rushing lanes there in the middle.
Right.
And then Illinois secondary is suspect. This works great with all of those weapons that we mentioned. And so whether it is Surratt, whether it is Cooper Jr., whether it is Brady, whether it is
Black.
Well, yes, Black being the running back, but there's another receiver that is – they have 4 really good ones. Can't remember his name right now. The Illinois secondary is vulnerable, and so cut them apart. Impose your will. This is how you win college football games above anything else, is impose what you want to do on them as opposed to the other way around. So the entire team needs to take the Signetti attitude and never be satisfied with any lead and keep working. I talked about this before the season. Do you consider this a must-win game?
No. No win is a must win until you have 2 losses.
Okay.
And it's especially not a must win because they're a ranked team. If
Okay.
they're an unranked team, it's a must win no matter what. But it's a ranked team, higher echelon of ranked teams as well. I believe they're still in the top 10. So,
Yep, they're number 9.
So it's a must win if you want to move up, and obviously you want to move up, but there's other opportunities to move up. If you lose this, you're dropping out of the top 25, in my opinion. I think you're
probably right there.
So it's not a must win, but if you want to stay in contention right now, it's a must win.
All right.
But in the grand scheme, I don't think it is.
Yeah, I'll agree with you and say it's not a must win, but I'm not going to take it maybe as nonchalantly as you are. I would say this is a tone setter for the rest of the season.
I like it.
I don't, and the reason is looking at the schedule ahead. If you lose this game, now you're saying you almost have to go in. You're turning at Oregon and at Penn State into potential must-win games, and that is not where you want to put a position you want to put yourself into. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's why I won't say it's a must-win, but it's right there. And you hate to say that with the first Big Ten game of the season, but again, ranked opponent. I'm not sold that Illinois is better than IU, and this is the chance to prove that. So, Not a must-win, but definitely a tone setter for the season. That brings us to third and short. It's time to take a look at the Big Ten presented by Underdog Fantasy Sports. You can take a look at these games and the players in the games, and you can put them together in a flex game. Talk about if you think a player is going to score more touchdowns or less touchdowns, a higher or lower on yardage or whatever. Great app. Check it out. As you look through these scores across the Big Ten, is there any doubt that UCLA is the biggest loser in the bottom of the Big Ten at this point?
Nah, no doubt at all.
There's already a potential coaching change, which by college football rules could shake up a lot of different things. Because I don't know if you know this, if your coach leaves mid-season and gets fired, everyone can immediately hit the portal in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
Which means their quarterback, who infamously said, I'm not making enough NIL at Tennessee, let me, try to force them to pay me more, and they didn't. So now he went to UCLA. He could move again. 2 moves in the same season. How crazy would that be? All right. But as you look at this, Farmhounds, healthy dog treats help you train your puppy. That's what we like at Country Mountain Dogs. Click the link in the description for more. Who had the biggest week in the Big Ten, in your opinion?
I'm going to give you a surprising one, and then I'm going to give you someone who just had the biggest week. I think Michigan had the biggest week, 63-3. Obviously, I think IU had the biggest week, but in terms of not IU, I think Michigan had the biggest week. They're beating someone else in Michigan. I believe it was at Central Michigan as well. So
no, it was at home.
Okay. Well, regardless, it's not a far trip either way. Yep. And 63-3, that's a big score difference at 60 points. And Michigan had kind of been lacking, in my opinion. Not against the cupcake teams, but just like in general. And then my surprise, honestly, is the Oregon game, 34-14. I didn't think Northwestern was that big of a team.
It was in Oregon too.
It was also in Oregon. Now, scoring 14 points, okay, cool. That could have been in junk time. I didn't watch the game. Yeah. But only scoring 34 is kind of concerning. I think you should have been in the upwards of 40, 50 points, something like that. Because they're not a pushover team, but they're not, like they're more a basketball school.
Yep. I'm going to give the first half was most impressive from Wisconsin. But then the second half happened. Against Alabama. So I'm going to say the USC against Purdue, the first of both of their Big Ten matchups, and so that matters a little bit more. You're not just playing some other team, and so 33-17, Purdue is not as bad as they were last year. So good for USC in that matchup. Also, little shout out. Rutgers went 60-10 against Michael Vick's coaching debut team, first season coaching Norfolk State. So
nice.
Way to go, Rutgers. Way to beat Michael Vick.
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all that we have for today. We'll be back tomorrow with our preview of the Colts' first divisional road game of the season against the Titans. Also, remember, you can go back and check out our Unstable Pick 6 for this week's NFL slate. So check that out also.
Yep. Well, this is Liam.
And this is Kevin.
Reminding you to stay all Indiana.
All in Sports Network. We love sports.